this project is it's a digital dress form database. You can see the URL here. This is the finished research, fashionavatars.org. How it came about was that I am super, super interested and invested in body diversity and how it applies to fashion design. A lot of our tools are rooted in systems that actually don't work for real women. They're systematic and smooth. And as we all know, humans have mass. And as we age or grow, or depending on our height, that mass is in different places. So I taught myself how to 3D model. And I spent a lot of time 3D modeling so that I could then bring it into 3D software that I use to design clothes. And I realized there was this opportunity to create a database for others to use the avatars that I was developing. So through the New York State Council of the Arts, I applied for a grant to build this. Unfortunately, COVID came, and there was going to be a hybrid of the content in the database. It was going to move between body scans that our faculty research lab has an amazing body scanner and some of these 3D models, but I could not get people into the body scanner, right? We were locked down, and I discovered that body scanning requires a real soft touch. It's almost like a bedside manner to make people comfortable to get into it, into their underwear. And the most diverse bodies often are the least comfortable in that space. So I realized that I could model off of photos. And this photo is Theanne and I in the research center in Brooklyn. And I photographed probably half of this database is photographs of faculty and staff that were super generous to let me attempt to take them into this digital space. So as you can see, you get a 360 view of the avatar, and then those avatars very easily come into something like Clo, which has a feature that physically responds to the avatar. So now my pattern and my avatar are in a symbiotic relationship. It's not just that the dress form dictates the geometry or vice versa. They work together. And I think it will start to change the way clothes fit. A lot of us will get a way better pair of pants out of it. It's the goal. And then this is just kind of a landing page for the myriad of avatars I rendered. I did short stature, I did seated, I did children, I did a mastectomy, amputees, really the whole gamut, but it's not even the whole gamut. It's such a tiny little piece of the population. So this will keep growing. Body scans will be added, and I've already used this database in another grant project that I'm working on. I'm starting to actually, I'm working with a special effects company that we've taken the 3D models out, 3D printed portions of the body that then we're casting in silicone to make an actual dress form that has this softness for designers to use in the physical form, not just the digital. So there we go.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Do we have questions for Amy? I'm looking in the chat.
We have a question from Catherine Dorney. Is the database open source?
Yes, it is. So it is free to use. It's, if you give me content, I will put it up. The API, I believe, is open. Like there's no gates in it. It's really, I think the next step for me would be to build a GitHub receptacle for the code, but that's super nerdy and not fashiony at all. And that appeals to a whole group of people that aren't actually thinking about how pants fit. So
great. And we have another question come in. This is from Lisa Hendrickson.
Okay.
Is there a plan for a consumer-facing approach for this technology? Can this be used for custom work?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This whole idea is an extension of my MFA work, which was really about mass customization and the fact that we have these resources to be able to do individual avatar, individual pattern, and then an individual garment manufactured very easily right now. I believe Amazon is doing some portion of this, not so much the body physique, but the order to manufacturing on demand. So
wonderful.
And I see there's some points of collaboration going into the chat, so we'll be sure to
so
information and share it with you. Any additional questions?
We do have a couple more questions here, it looks like, in the chat.
Corey, can I ask a question?
Please do. Go ahead.
Karen.
So the pictures were amazing. Is there a way to give you the ability to kind of go after getting a larger audience of having taken those images and then submitted them to you?
Like the distribution of like people coming to me. I mean, there's always
who would do that. And
this was really done in this confined, quarantined environment. Like I'm just
thinking now that it's almost an amazing project to kind of go after that kind of hits realms in diversity and in other spaces.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
also thinking that we could find you a collaborator out of our department who could help with the coding.
Yeah. I approached the dress form company, Alvanon, and they like backed out of the door. They were terrified because what I'm saying is that it's not about a systematic body anymore. And a systematic body is very easy to produce. It's very easy to manufacture. It's very easy to make many of, where an individual body is now harder. So yeah, that's why in the digital form, it's easy. It's just an avatar. It's not this giant physical mass produced thing.
Great. Thank you so much, Amy.